Okay, welcome to the next session. Okay, today we will discuss about boiler accessories. Okay, previously we discussed what are the different boiler mountings. Okay, how do we operate the boiler safely with the help of that mountings, and the working of different mountings we seen in previous lesson. Okay, today we will see about boiler accessories. Okay, in the boiler accessories, okay, these are the different boiler accessories. Okay, what is the main function of all types of boiler accessories are? Okay, we are using different types of boiler accessories. Okay, all these accessories will help us to increase the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, in order to increase the efficiency of boiler, okay, we are using different boiler accessories. Okay, first one is feed pump. Okay, we are using different types of feed pumps. Okay, multi-stage feed pump, single stage feed pumps. Okay, that feed pumps the water to the boiler section with high pressure. Okay, by means of natural circulation and with the help of pump, we are sending the feed water to the boiler section. Okay, if you are using the pump, then we can circulate more quantity of water to the boiler section. Okay, in that manner we are increasing the efficiency. Okay, by supplying the more quantity of water to the boiler section, we can generate more quantity of steam. Okay, second one is economizer section. Okay, in the economizer section, we are heating the feed water up to the saturation temperature. Okay, nearer to the saturation temperature, we are heating the feed water, and we are not generating the steam in the economizer section. Okay, we are heating the feed water up to the saturation temperature. Okay, that saturation temperature water requires only less quantity of heat. In that manner, we are reducing the heat requirement. Okay, so we can increase the efficiency of the boiler. Okay, what is the formula for efficiency? Okay, net work done by heat supplied. Okay, if you decrease the heat supplied requirement, automatically the efficiency increases. Okay, in case of economizer section, we are heating the feed water up to the saturation temperature, and at the saturation temperature of water requires only less quantity of heat. Okay, in that manner we are increasing the efficiency of the boiler section. Okay, this economizer also a tubular device, tubular construction device. Inside the tubes we are sending the water, and during the circulation of water, okay, we are heating the water, and that water temperature rises. That hot water enters the boiler section. Okay, in that manner we are increasing the efficiency by decreasing the heat supplied requirement. Okay, next one is superheater. Okay, in case of superheater, okay, we are using superheated steam. Okay, in different devices in order to increase the work output and efficiency of the plants. Okay, if you are introducing the superheated steam into the turbines compared to the saturated steam, we are getting the more power output. Okay, in that manner, we are increasing the efficiency of the boiler section in case of superheater. Efficiency means if you produce more good quality of steam from the boiler, then the efficiency of the boiler is higher. Okay, if the efficiency is higher, then we can get more good quality of steam from the boiler section. Okay, in case of superheater, okay, we are superheating the steam. Okay, after generation of steam, that steam is enters into the superheated tubes, and during the circulation of superheated generated steam in the tubular tubes of superheater, then automatically steam is converting into superheat. Okay, that superheated steam we are using in our applications. Next one is air preheater. Okay, in case of air preheater, what is the requirement of air in boiler section? Okay, for combustion we are using the air plus fuel. For combustion we require air plus fuel. Okay, air we are receiving from the outside atmosphere, fuel we are sending, okay, with the help of different techniques. And in case of air preheater, okay, inside the combustion chamber we have to mix this air and fuel, and after mixing, okay, the combustion takes place by the help of external source, then automatically the combustion products will produce. Okay, in case of air preheater as a boiler accessory, okay, we are using to heat the outside atmospheric air. Okay, before introducing the outside atmospheric air into the boiler combustion chamber. Okay, we are heating the outside atmospheric air, and that hot air enters into the combustion chamber and it mixes with the fuel. Okay, it mixes with the fuel. Okay, compared to the outside atmospheric air, that hot air having good capacity, more capacity, okay, to combust the more quantity of fuel. Okay, in case of air preheater, okay, we are introducing the hot air into the boiler combustion chamber. Okay, without introducing into the outside atmospheric air directly into the combustion chamber, we are introducing the hot air. Okay, before introducing the outside atmospheric air into the combustion chamber, okay, it is first heated in the air preheater, later it is heated in the boiler combustion chamber. Okay, in that manner we can increase the efficiency. Okay, if you supply hot air into the combustion chamber, means that combustion efficiency increases, automatically the generation rate of combustion products also increases, then automatically the production of steam from the boiler section also increases. Okay, in that manner we can increase the efficiency of the boiler. In case of steam strap, okay, we are separating the steam, generated steam, okay, from the steam space. Okay, we are using the steam strap. In case of steam separator, okay, the generated steam having some water droplets also. Okay, we are separating the water droplets and steam, okay, in order to increase the life of the turbine and in order to increase the quality of outlet from the boiler section, we are using the steam separator. And in case of steam injector, okay, in place of pump also we can use the steam injector. Okay, that steam energy we are using, with the help of that steam energy, we are operating the steam injector as a pump, okay, in order to feed water into the boiler section. Okay, these are the different boiler accessories, okay, we have to use in order to increase the efficiency of the boiler section. Okay, let us see one by one. Okay, feed water pump. Okay, these are the different functions of the feed water pump. Okay, is to force the feed water into the boiler at high pressure. Okay, in order to maintain high pressure, okay, we are using the feed water pump. Okay, generally we are operating the steam power plant, okay, by following the two pressure limits. One is high pressure limit, second one is low pressure limit. Okay, in order to reach the high pressure limit of the boiler, we have to use the feed pump. And reciprocating and rotary pumps are used for this purpose. Okay, in place of feed water pumps, we have different types of pumps. Reciprocating and rotary type of pumps are used, okay, in order to increase the pressure of water to reach the operating pressure limit. And reciprocating pumps are driven by the steam engine, and rotary pumps are driven by electric motor. We have to give some work input to operate the pumps. Always we have to give some work input to run the pumps and compressors and fans also. Okay. In case of rotary pumps, we are giving the rotary pumps are driven with the help of electric motor, and reciprocating pumps are driven with the help of a generated steam in the steam power plant. Okay, the rotary pumps are used when a large quantity of feed water is to be supplied to the boiler. Okay, rotary pumps also we can use whenever the requirement of water is high. We are using the rotary type of pumps. Okay, these are the different types of pumps. First one is reciprocating pump and second one is rotary pump. Okay, these two types of pumps will help us to increase the feed water flow rate in order to increase the steam generation rate, to increase the efficiency of the boiler section. Okay, next one is economizer. Okay, how do we use this economizer? Means, okay, it is used to heat the feed water by transferring the heat from hot gases to the water. Okay, generally we are using hot flue gases in different devices of the boiler section. Okay, not only for feed water heating. Okay, we are using that hot flue gases energy in different devices of the boiler section. We are using first in order to heat the feed water. Later we are using in economizer to heat the feed water up to the saturation temperature. Later we are using in air preheater section also in order to heat the outside atmospheric air. Okay, next the gases are freely escaped into the outside atmosphere through the chimney of the plant. Okay, generally the hot flue gases energy we are transmitting to the water in the economizer section. Okay, it raises the temperature of feed water near to the saturation temperature. Okay, near to the saturation temperature only we are heating the feed water. Okay, not up to the generation of steam, only just nearer to the saturation temperature we are heating the feed water. Okay, next steam generation may not be occurs in the economizer tubes. Okay, this point you have to remember, the steam generation rate may not occurs in the tubes. Okay, only up to the saturation temperature we are heating the feed water. Okay, it is usually placed between boiler performance and air preheaters. Okay, boiler performance and air preheater. Okay, next one is superheater. Okay, in case of superheater section, okay, one end of the superheater tube is connected to the inlet header and other end is connected to the outlet header. Okay, inlet header means that is the inlet of the steam supply point from the boiler section. Okay, after generation of steam in the boiler section, okay, we are collecting the generated steam, okay, with one end of the superheater tube, and during the circulation of generated steam in the superheater tubes, okay, during that circulation itself, okay, we are heating the saturated steam up to the superheating condition with the help of a hot flue gases. Okay, during the flow of gases from the boiler combustion chamber to the chimney side, okay, we are placing these devices. Okay, boiler shell for producing the steam and economizer tubes for heating the water up to the saturation temperature, and superheater tubes for heating the saturated steam up to the superheated steam. Okay, steam from the boiler enters the inlet header, then passes through the superheater tube over which flue gases pass. Okay, with the help of flue gases energy only we are heating the generated steam in the superheater section. Okay, not we are generating the hot flue gases separately for superheater for economizer. Okay, only we are using generated hot flue gases energy in the boiler combustion chamber itself. Okay, during the circulation of gases inside the boiler shell, okay, we are using that hot flue gases energy, okay, in all devices. Okay, before introducing it into the outside atmosphere through the chimney. Okay, after utilizing the heat energy of flue gases, okay, in all devices, then only we can introduce that less heat energy gases into the outside atmosphere. Okay, steam is superheated by receiving heat from flue gases, and finally the superheated steam is supplied to steam engine, okay, steam turbine through the steam stopover. Okay, later after superheating, that superheated steam from the superheated tubes enters into the steam engine or steam turbine based on our application. Okay, if we are using it in steam power plant, we are supplying that superheated steam to the steam turbine. If we are supplying that superheated steam to the steam engine, we can use that energy in the steam engine operation. Okay, in that manner we are increasing the quality of the steam. Okay, first we are generating the steam in the boiler section. That generated steam we are collecting at one end of the superheater tubes. At another end we are generating the superheated steam. During the circulation process we are applying the hot flue gases energy to the circulated steam inside the tubes. Then we can produce the superheated steam. Okay, next one is air preheater. Okay, in case of air preheater, it is easy to increase the temperature of the air used for combustion. Okay, used to increase the temperature of air for combustion process. Okay, generally the combustion process requires oxygen plus fuel. Okay, that oxygen we are supplying from the outside atmospheric air. Okay, that outside atmospheric air temperature is 38 degrees centigrade or 28 degrees centigrade temperature. Okay, in order to increase the temperature of air, okay, we are using the air preheater to increase the combustion efficiency. Okay, the exit gases heat the incoming air for combustion and it saves the fuel. And during the flow of gases from the combustion chamber to the chimney side, okay, that gases heats the incoming air into the superheater air preheater tubes. Okay, with the help of that gases and only exit gases energy only we are using. Not generated gases in the combustion chamber energy we are using in air preheater. Okay, not we are using the generated gas in the combustion chamber. Okay, after utilizing its energy, maximum energy utilization, later we are using the gases energy into the air preheater during the exit of gases through the chimney into outside atmosphere. It is located between the economizer and chimney side. Okay, at the base of the chimney we are locating the air preheater. Okay, during the sending of gases into the outside atmosphere through the chimney, we are utilizing that gaseous energy to heat the outside atmospheric air. That hot air we are introducing into the boiler combustion chamber. Okay, a recuperative air preheater consists of steel tubes through the which flue gases flow. The air to be heated is circulated over the tubes. The baffle plates deflects the path of the air to increase the amount of heat transfer from the flue gases. Okay, now in order to utilize that available heat energy of exit gases, we are made some arrangements inside the body of air preheater. Okay, we are placing the baffle plates in order to keep the flow of gases inside the body of air preheater, okay, in order to optimize the utilization of its heat energy. Okay, next one is steam strap. Okay, the steam strap, the function of steam strap is to drain away the condensed steam from the steam pipes. Drain away the condensed steam, okay, from the steam pipes. From the steam pipes, we are collecting the generated steam, okay, with the help of a steam strap. And steam separator. Okay, in case of steam separator, a steam separator is placed nearer to the engine on the main steam pipeline leading from the boiler to engine. Okay, the function of steam separator is to remove the water particles. Carried along with its steam on its way from the boiler to engine. Okay, if you are supplying the generated steam to operate the steam engine, okay, during the supply of steam to the engine, okay, we have to remove the water droplets in that generated steam. Then only the engine parts may increase its life. Okay. So we are separating the water particles with the help of a steam separator. Okay, next, last one is steam injector. Okay, in case of steam injector, it is used to supply the feed water to the boiler at a pressure greater than the steam pressure in the boiler. Okay, steam pressure in the boiler, that is the highest pressure limit. Okay, we have to supply the feed water to the boiler at a pressure greater than the steam pressure in the boiler. Okay, for that reason we are using the steam injector. Okay, that steam injector function is also similar to feed water pump. Okay, the kinetic energy of steam is used to increase the pressure and velocity of feed water. Okay, that kinetic energy of steam is used to increase the pressure and velocity of feed water. Okay, in order to operate the steam injector, okay, we are using kinetic and pressure energy of steam. Okay, kinetic energy of steam only we are using to operate the steam injector. In case of feed water pumps, reciprocating pumps, rotary pumps, okay, we are using electrical motors. Okay, electrical input we are using. Here we are using the steam. Okay, both functions are same. Okay, to increase the pressure of the feed water, okay, up to the boiler pressure limit. Okay, the pressure energy is sufficient to lift the water through the delivery pipe and feed it to the boiler. Okay, with the help of steam injector also we can increase the pressure of feed water up to the boiler pressure limit, and we are not using any electrical input to operate this type of steam injector as a pump, and we are using steam energy to operate the steam injector. Okay, in case of reciprocating pump and rotary type of feed water pumps, we are using electrical input to operate the pump. Okay, next topic is, up to now we discussed the different types of boiler accessories. Okay, up to now we discussed the different types of boiler accessories. Okay, next one is boiler draught. Okay, in case of boiler draught, we are using two types of draughts. Okay, first of all, you have to know about the definition of boiler draught. Okay, what is meant by draught? Draught is a pressure difference. Draught means it is a pressure difference. Draught means it is a pressure difference. Pressure difference between the outside atmospheric air and inside the gases. Okay, inside gases having the pressure higher than the outside atmospheric air. Okay, and outside atmospheric air are forcefully escaped through the chimney into the outside atmosphere. Okay, after utilizing its energy. Okay, later the outside atmospheric air freely enters into the boiler combustion chamber and generates the combustion products, and the combustion products energy again we are using by circulating it to all devices in the boiler section. Okay, in order to flow that hot flue gases between the devices or inside the inside the boiler shell, okay, we have to maintain this boiler draught or pressure difference. Okay, if there is no pressure difference means the hot flue gases may not flows inside the boiler shell or may not flows from one component to the another component. Okay, for that reason we have to maintain the pressure difference in the boiler draught. Okay, it is the difference between absolute gas pressure at any point in gas flow process and the ambient atmospheric pressure. Okay, draught is positive if atmospheric pressure is less than the gas pressure. Okay, positive draught and negative draught, okay, is developing during the circulation of gases. Okay, based on our requirement we are using the positive draught and negative draught. Okay, draught is positive if atmospheric pressure is less than the gas pressure, and negative pressure, draught is negative if atmospheric pressure is greater than the gas pressure. Okay, if the atmospheric pressure is more than the gas pressure inside the boiler combustion chamber, then that type of pressure difference is called negative pressure difference or negative draught. Okay, if atmospheric pressure is more than the gas pressure, the atmospheric air enters into the boiler combustion chamber, and after utilizing its energy we are producing the combustion products. If the atmospheric pressure is less than the gas pressure, the gases are freely escaped into the outside atmosphere after utilizing its energy, then okay, negative, that type of draught is called positive draught. Positive draught means okay, the gases are having highest pressure. Okay, negative draught means the atmospheric air having the highest pressure. That is the meaning of negative draught. Okay, generally we are using two different types of draughts. One is natural draught and second one is forced draught. First one is natural draught, second one is forced draught. Natural draught and forced draught. These two types of draughts we are adapting to the boiler combustion process. Okay, then only we can generate the combustion products. Then only we can utilize the generated combustion products heat energy inside the boiler shell or between the devices of the components in the boiler section. Okay, natural draught. How do we develop that pressure difference? How do we maintain the pressure difference in case of natural draught? Is okay with the help of density of air and height of chimney. The height of chimney and density of air will help us in order to maintain the natural draught. In order to produce natural draught, we are using the density of air and height of chimney. Okay, these two factors affecting the natural draught or pressure difference. And in case of forced draught, okay, we are using the fans. Okay, we are using the fans. Okay, that fan providing the forced air into the boiler combustion chamber after generation of combustion products. That fan only sucks the pressurized generated combustion products and utilization of its energy and escaping into the outside atmosphere. Okay, that gaseous flow inside the boiler shell only happened with the help of a fans. And in case of forced draught, we are using the fans. Okay, mechanical draught system and forced draught system we are using Okay, this forced draft system also called artificial draft. Okay, natural draft and artificial draft, these two are the boiler drafts. Okay, next class we will see the difference between natural draft and forced draft. How do we produce the natural draft? How do we produce the forced draft system? Okay, thank you.